Happy belated St. Patrick's Day. It's Angela Nesbitt here in my studio. I am doing a series of mixing greens in honor of St. Patrick's Day and also in honor of the Spring Equinox coming up. So I'm going to do a series of several in a row over the next few days or a couple of weeks, and so I hope you enjoy them. Today I'm going to do a bright spring green in honor of St. Patrick's Day. So let's dive into that. So how do we decide which yellow and which blue to use for a spring green? We are looking for a clean, bright green. So the best yellow will have to be one that has a green bias, so that it's on the cooler side. So yellows to consider would be lemon yellow, Hansa yellow, cad yellow light, or cad yellow pale. And we also have to pick a blue. So we need a nice clean blue with a green bias. Some of these blues might be Prussian, cerulean, phthalo, Windsor blues, and turquoise blues. Of course, if any of these end up being too bright, then we can always add the complement, a little bit of red, to tone them down a bit. Today I'm going to do two spring greens. I'm going to use these beautiful Williamsburg handmade oil colors. The first is going to be cerulean blue with cad yellow light, and the second one's going to be phthalo turquoise and cad lemon. So let's just see what we get. I'm a big fan of mixing greens. I think they're prettier and cleaner. And they look, oh no, they just have a lot more life to them. So here we go with the cerulean and the cad yellow light. Let's see if I can get it just a little bit darker. So if I use a little less of the yellow and a little more of the blue, our value will remain a little bit darker. And I'll do one that's a little bit more yellow. See what we get. It's a really beautiful, beautiful spring green. And if we take a little of that and we can lighten the value up a little bit and see, get a super light, pretty bright green there. So that's definitely a really pretty bright spring green. And then over here we have the phthalo turquoise, which you have to be pretty careful with. It's very strong tinting strength, and that little goes a long, long way. So this one has a much more intense feel to it. It's bluer even if I put more yellow in. It's definitely a cooler version of a spring green. Let's see, a little more yellow. Let's see what we get. So much more like a modern pigment, although the cad lemon is not a modern pigment, but it looks a little more artificial compared to the cerulean and the cad light. Let's use a lot more yellow and see what happens. Then add a little bit of white. So you can see there's a pretty huge difference here in these two spring greens, depending on your palette and what you like. So I'm going to quickly just compare that to a tube green, which is also a Williamsburg cad green light. Let's just see. I actually really like this tube green. Just see where the difference is. So it's much closer to the cerulean, but it's just a tad brighter, than the cerulean and the cad yellow light. So I hope you enjoyed that. Send me comments, send me requests of anything you'd like to hear, see me do, demo, mix. I'm here in the studio lots right now, so look forward to hearing from everyone. Have a great day.